When I was young, I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder and depression. This basically means that I couldn't talk to other people, or to make it specific, I had difficulty talking to other people. First of all, I didn't know what it was like because I was so young back then, but I decided to research more about depression because last year I heard that some of my peers had said that they have experienced it, and I was wondering, wait, what is depression? So I decided to research more about it, and then I didn't have a source, so I just assumed that Google knew everything. So I went on my computer and I searched up the word depression. And what I found was shocking because all of the symptoms that applied to depression proved that I had depression as well. It was at first really scary because I didn't even know that I had depression, and it was just really shocking to find out that I actually had it. And I remember I watched a video of myself in preschool and I didn't say anything when I was role-playing as a doctor. So my teacher tried to make me talk, but my face was like blank. I did not have any facial expression and I did not talk at all. And I remember not talking at all in preschool, which really affected me because I almost had to repeat preschool again. But thanks to my amazing parents, I could now learn in 6th grade. I'm Nguyen and I'm very happy to come here and give my talk. So now I'm much better with my anxiety and I can control it now, and I've overcame my depression by a lot. But I wonder to myself, after all those journeys of sad times and depression, if I can overcome my depression, can everyone else? So there may be some people who don't understand the term depression. Well, it's actually quite complex. It's a mental illness, and yes, you heard that right, it is an illness. Some people might mistake it with sadness, but I think sadness and depression differs in many ways. First of all, sadness is a human emotion, and depression, like I told you, is an illness. So is like happiness and the flu. They're two very different things, and we shouldn't mistake them. And the ugliest thing about depression is that it lasts for very long. Depression can last for 1 month to 2 months, while sadness only for about 2 days, and that's it. And if your sadness lasts more than 2 weeks, then make sure to check a therapist or check if you have depression, because long-term sadness isn't common. So there are some symptoms while you have depression, like there are some symptoms when you have the flu. The first symptom is thought. You might have different thoughts when you have depression. So maybe when you have depression, you have lack of confidence and you just feel like you're not good at anything at all. And you might think it's my fault or I'm worthless, and it can even cause thoughts of suicide or self-harm and even attempts to suicide. And as you can see, depression is very major because it even causes death. The second symptom is not being able to concentrate on work. So you are unable to concentrate or focus on something, and it could affect your life. The third symptom, and I'm not saying it's the last symptom because there are so many other symptoms and you could just search them in Google, but it's physical symptoms, and these are not just one symptom, it's like a whole category of symptoms. And believe it or not, depression can also cause change to our health, so lack of sleep and sudden weight loss or gain. So that's why depression is so severe. It also affects the mind, and also the body. So the essential question for today is, how could we treat depression? Well, treating depression is like folding a paper airplane, and then you're like, wait, stop. Why is it like folding a paper airplane? Those are two different things. And I have proof for that. In this case, you have to know how to fold a paper airplane to fold a paper airplane. And in this case, you have to know who the depressive is in order to solve their problems. So visualize the depressed person as a flat piece of paper, and they're waiting to become a person who can soar in the air. So if you want them to be a plane soaring in the air instead of a depressed person, then you must know how to fix them, and you must know them. You don't even need a therapist or a doctor to solve a depressed person, because they have family members and friends that know them the best, not the doctors or the therapists or medicine. And I think that...
I'm sorry, time's up.